What is it?
Oh, look. My sure shiny ass. If you aren't a robber and you don't work for the witch, then you have to help me. I can't move so much as a muscle and my nose itches like a flea-bitten dog. That's what I said, a witch. Oh, she might look like a dark elf, but don't let that heaving bosom fool you. I agreed to escort her to Vivek City. Then last night she went crazy and started throwing spells around. She bewitched me when I ran away. What do I know of spells and bewitchments? I suppose the witch needs to uncast it or something. She has to be close by. Please, find her and make her set me free. If my friends saw me like this, find that evil red-eyed creature, I beg you. I feel like I spent an evening drinking with the heroes of Sovngarde, and then they danced on my head. The witch? Oh, you mean Nerys Venom. She hired me to escort her to Vivek City. We took a shortcut, I think. Or maybe we were setting up camp for the night. Anyway, she suddenly turned angry and started throwing spells around. She's crazy! It was nighttime, I was tired, and I think she threw something at me. Hit me in the head. A bottle? She threw a bottle at me, I think. It was very confusing with all the spells and that red-eyed witch threatening to turn me into a guar. I'm a sellsword, a guard for hire. It's what puts meat on the table, if you know what I mean. Besides, she never told me she was a witch. Witches are sneaky like that. They're pretending to be normal people. What? You mean my bare-naked chest? I found shirts and tunics to be too confining. Besides, why would I want to cover up these fabulous tattoos? Pants? What's wrong with my... My pants are missing, aren't they? Oh, no wonder my ankles are chilly. That evil witch stole my pants! Probably using them to cast another spell on me. We were heading to Vivek City when things went sideways on an ice floe. I ran away from the spells and the screaming. She's probably back that way. Just follow the trail of bottles she tossed at me. But be careful. They can do some serious damage. Mine! Uh-oh.
Thanks for chasing off the last of the goblins. Horrible, smelly little creatures. Praise Vivek. You certainly look more competent than that half-naked Nord with a thirst for foul mead. Which? Oh, let me guess. You ran into an idiot Nord frozen on the side of the road? I hired Stromgruff to escort me and protect my valuables. So what does he do at the first sign of danger? He runs off and leaves me to fend for myself. What was I supposed to do? The goblins attacked while I was setting up camp. And where was my worthless protector? In the bushes making room for more mead. He left his pants where he dropped them and fled as the goblins stole my pack. Thank you. The goblins fled toward the hills to the northeast. Find them and retrieve my pack. They also took the sword I gave to Stromgruff as part of his compensation. I expected him to use it, not drop it like a hot potato before he ran. Of course, anything that helps get back my stolen possessions from those dreadful goblins. What do you want to know? I'm more of an alchemist than a mage, but I know a number of useful spells. When that oaf of a Nord ran off, I cast a spell of holding to stop him in his tracks. I didn't want the drunk fool to hurt himself in the dark. Well, yes, I suppose so. But we also made an agreement, and he still needs to live up to his half of the bargain. One way or another, Stromgruff is going to see me safely to Vivek City. The pack contains my livelihood, valuable potions and unguents to sell in Vivek City. Without them, I'm ruined. The sword. I purchased the sword for Stromgruff. I paid a lot for that weapon. It's too good for the likes of greedy goblins. No, not really. They appear to be your average run-of-the-mill marauding mob of disgusting goblins. They'll be the ones that have my pack and sword. Oh, if it helps, I also saw their leader run off with Stromgruff's pants.
know what true boredom is? Spending endless hours looking at the exact same spot. I'd give my left foot to be able to turn my head. Did you find her? Did you find the evil witch who cast this damn spell on me? Are you suggesting that I'm a teller of tall tales? You think I froze myself just to discredit Norris Venom? That's an outrageous accusation that wounds me to my core. Why? What did she tell you? Goblins? I suppose that could have been what the yelling and screeching was about. I was dealing with my necessaries after all. But that doesn't explain why she cast those loud and terrifying spells. Well, she should have said something instead of scaring me half to death while I was busy in the bushes. I'll admit, I might have had a few sips of mead and I was tired. That's no reason to leave me like this, exposed for all the world to see.
My brave protector. No sword, no pants, and absolutely no help whatsoever. If not for my stillness spell, you'd be halfway to Nisus by now. My hapless protector aside, were you able to find the goblins? Did you recover? How wonderful! I despaired ever seeing either of these again. You'd be surprised how much the people of Vivec City will spend on my upscale unguents. Thank you. I suppose I should do something about my dubious escort now. I still need this fetcher's help to get my goods to the market. He isn't very good at protecting his charges, but I believe he's strong enough to carry a pack. I just have to make sure that he honors his agreement this time. No need to fear on that account. I have just the spell to assure Stromgruff's total cooperation for the rest of the trip to Vivec City. My clients need their potions after all. Thank you again for your assistance. I really do appreciate good help.
Set me free and return my sword, witch!
That sword is payment for escorting me to Vivec City. We're not there yet, you ungrateful oaf.
Vivec City? I don't want anything more to do with you and your witchy ways.
I'll set you free, but you will live up to our agreement. And you'll do so sober. No more will for you until we reach Vivec City.
So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name is Marla Rethan of House Hlalu, and I have a proposition for you. I need someone to investigate what's going on in the Vasia Didanat ebony mine. Piqued your interest, have I? Capital. My brother Benar and I share ownership of the mine, but I suspect he's hiding something from me. The little weasel's even locked down the entrance. Only his personal guards are allowed inside. There are only 2 keys to the mine. Benar keeps one in our manor house. The other is carried by the mine's foreman, Nox. I want you to procure a key, either one, and then search the mine for any sign of mischief. Report back with your findings. Foreman Nox is somewhere in Balmora. Should be simple enough to pluck the key from his pockets. Or, if you prefer burglary, you could take my brother's key from the desk in his study. Our manor is just up the hill to the west of town.
I can't believe they want us to... You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vea? She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts. That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded. You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes. Counselor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the House Guard has failed, so be it. I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a House Counselor?
Valley can't be happy these days.
You're talking about that slave revolt?
Yeah, their shipments have slowed down. A lot. I wonder what they'll do now.
Sadly, this one means they will simply find more slaves.
toast to drinking. How could I be so clumsy?
You... I don't recognize you. You've made a terrible mistake in coming here. Do you feel it yet? The cold rush through your veins, the stiffness in your joints. Only a matter of time now. Only a matter of time. You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Master Rethan brought me on to study a Daedric text, a formula for turning living flesh into a substance akin to ebony. Not a perfect match, but close enough. Something like that. But what does it matter? I'll be frozen solid soon, black as midnight. A commodity, nothing more. Ironic. You mean to rob me, I suppose. The scroll's just there. Have a care with it. Wealth always comes at a price. None. Well, none that I've discovered anyway. I speak modestly when I say that if there was a cure, I would have found it already. I guess I could squander my remaining hours searching for a remedy, but I'm an alchemist, a daedrologist. We don't trouble ourselves with things like hope. I leave that nonsense to priests and children, the mentally ill. What? Afflicting all these miners? Oh, spare me your crude moral outrage. They were wastrels, laborers that were too ignorant or too lazy to find work anywhere else. This is as meaningful a contribution as they were likely to make. None. I'd invite you to kill me, but given that I'll be dead soon anyway, it's hardly worth the effort. None. Well, I guess I could... Why do you even care? Oh, fine. I altered the formula, turning the liquid decoction into a vapor. It proved to be very effective. Unfortunately, it was nearly impossible to contain. Hence, this.
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what have you learned? Anything? What? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. We must move quickly. Did you find any evidence? I'll need something concrete if I'm to convince the Hlalu trade barons to intercede. Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the trade baron, Councillor Riveth. He's staying at the Balmora Inn. Alas, Benna has many contacts in town. If he hears that I'm meeting Riveth, he may try to flee. Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benna. Once I've explained matters to Riveth, he'll send Hlalu constables to collect my brother. After this, I'll ask nothing more of you. You have my word. That the men I worked tirelessly to hire were being used as fodder for some vile experiment? Absolutely not. It's appalling. Why would I have sent you to discover what was going on if I already knew? Yes, I hired him at my brother's insistence. Something about valuable books and scrolls found in the shrine. We planned to sell them off once Gavros translated them. That's what I thought, anyway. Wait. Gavros is still alive? I see. That is unfortunate. But I suppose that's the risk you take when you start brewing foul decoctions and poisoning innocent miners. Not long. He tends to be brusque. Once I've explained the situation, he'll waste no time bringing Benna in for questioning. It will be brief, I assure you. They will punish him severely. He'll definitely lose his share of the estate and the ebony mine. He may even lose his life. In either case, I'll have to bear the weight of our family assets alone.
The last piece of the puzzle. Time to tie up loose ends.
Malarethon. What a swit. I'm going to need a stiffer drink. You don't appear to be holding my drink, so I'm sure I have no interest in you. Off with you. I am. Young Mahler and I were talking about the sudden success of his mining enterprise, built on some irregularities that I'd prefer not to discuss. Not that it's any of your business. Who are you? Why are you meddling in Hlalu business? My, this is damning. Dear Mahler tried to hang this whole business around his brother's neck, and yours. A prudent, albeit sloppy affair. House Hlalu can ill afford such a scandal, and I hate to be lied to. Kill Mahler, and I will reward you. What would I do with him? Chain him to a post? His life no longer serves the house's interests. I don't expect an outlander to understand, but this needs to be done. Honestly, I doubt he'll give you a choice in the matter. His city residence, I expect, just across the river. Do be quick about this. I'm anxious to be done with the Brothers Rethon. No,
What scroll? Don't tell me there's more to this fetching disaster. Does it now? Listen carefully. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone else. If Marla has this formula on him, bring it to me. The reward will be significant. We cannot let this get out, and we cannot let it fall into the wrong hands. By the three, what a mess. I'll put some of my Oathman on it. Oathman I can trust. If we can clear out the riffraff, it might be salvageable. If not, we'll simply collapse the thing. Better to bury it than let some fool stumble upon Marla's folly. You! How did you... Bah, I'll finish this myself!
Finest quality merchandise.
Quietly now. Is it finished? Well then, this unfortunate little tale comes to an end. I've already dispatched some of my best agents to clean up Rethon Manor. We'll tend to Marla's apartment and the mine next. Well done. Now, what of this mysterious scroll? Excellent. Best hand it over to me. Something so dangerous should not fall into the wrong hands. House Hlalu can keep it safe, or destroy it if we deem it necessary. This will earn you some favor with our house. I'll even double your pay. You've proven to be a reliable assistant. House Hlalu values reliability. I would say it's been a pleasure, but this whole affair has left me with quite a headache. Still, I may call upon you again in the future. Here, double pay as promised.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Carolyn might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you? At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger. I like the color of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the miners and took over the place. Even got the crew chief, or so I heard.